Today, India's Olympic Association has been suspended by the International Olympic Committee. That means that India will not be able to hoist its national flag at any Olympic event. For example, that would include the Olympics and the Asian Games.
रणधीर सिंह जनरल सेक्रेटरी है और मिस्टर मल्होत्रा एक्टिंग प्रेसिडेंट है। आज तो अगर सस्पेंड किया है तो फिर मान करके चलो कि इन दोनों को सस्पेंड किया है।
ये तो एक तरह से आईओसी और गवर्नमेंट के बीच में टकराव है और मारे जा रहे हैं आईओए और खिलाड़ी हमारे
कि जो आईओसी ने किया है बहुत जल्दबाजी में विदाउट listening to our viewpoint ये किया, ये बड़ा दुखदायक है।
It's very unfortunate. It's more unfortunate for the sports persons. That's what I'm really concerned.
हाई अथॉरिटी से मैं रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहता हूँ ये बैन जल्दी कुछ सोल्यूशन और आगे से हम लोग बहुत खुश होगा, स्पेशली स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन को।
एज ए प्रेसिडेंट मिस्टर अभय सिंह चौटाल ने बहुत अच्छा काम किया था हमारी बॉक्सिंग फेडरेशन के लिए, लेकिन उनको एक चांस मिलना चाहिए था। आई थिंक मेरे बिहार से मैं अपना इंडिविजुअली मेरी थॉट्स है, बट फिर भी अगर एक चांस मिलता तो बहुत अच्छा होता।
Yeah, it just reiterates the fact that the athlete is the last person on the agenda in India. We have done well in the past, but we have so much catching up to do. We just cannot afford to lose time on such issues. We just need to be focused. We need to have goals. We need to have a vision. And that at the moment, unfortunately, doesn't seem to be quite there.
Politics killing Indian sports. Personal ambition. Is it about three men, Abhay Chautala and Lalit Bhanot, who both wanted to be in power, actually coming before the dreams of thousands of Indian athletes? Joining me tonight on that, I'm joined by Mr. Tirlochan Singh, Vice President of the Indian Olympic Association. I don't know if I should call you the Indian Association now because Olympic is virtually dropped. I'm also joined by Raninder Singh. Now he's part of the Randhir Singh camp, an opposing camp. He also heads the National Rifle Association of India. I'm also joined by Baichung Bhutia, India's former football captain, and of course football is an Olympic sport, so India's footballers, that dream I think will be suspended now as well, and of course getting into the Olympics or Asian Games is a big challenge. And Sohail Seth, commentator, thanks so much for joining me tonight. Mr. Tirlochan Singh, let me ask you the big questions. Basically, what the sports minister has said today, if you had amended your constitution to include the sports code, basically the age limit and the fact of a tenure, this would not have happened. Why didn't the IOA or why didn't your team amend the constitution? Why didn't you prevent this day happening? It's the worst day for Indian sport internationally.
I think media's duty is to tell the facts before the public. We should educate, because this is the most unfortunate decision which has been taken by IOC. This whole fight is not of today. Last year, IOC wrote letter to our Prime Minister, to our Sport Minister, that if you carry on with the sports code, they will withdraw recognition from Indian Olympic Association. And for this purpose, the Indian Olympic Association met Prime Minister, met various central ministers, and on our effort, the bill which was being introduced in the Parliament, the Cabinet did not approve it. The whole fight today, what has happened is because of the sports code, which IOC does not recognize.
No, the IOC said, the IOC said, I have that letter with me, the IOC said in its letter, amend your constitution to include the sports code if need be. They said your constitution has to be updated, you can't do it with an outside code. Why aren't you amending the constitution? Is it because the age limit would affect someone like you who's above 70?
That's what I say.
Is it because the tenure would also be an issue when Mr. V.K. Malhotra is the head of an archery federation for 40 years? Why aren't you amending the constitution to include these aspects?
Let me complete.
Go ahead, sir.
Let me complete so that people should know what are the facts. We have amended our constitution in our Ranchi meeting as per the director of IOC. When we sent the amended constitution, IOC has already given us approval in writing. So our constitution is as per IOC provision. But IOC is fighting that we should not have any interference from the government of India, that means sports code. So the whole issue is on account of that. Secondly, everyone is aware that the Indian system, the judiciary has the highest authority. When our election process started, High Court of Delhi issued direction that we should follow the sports code. IOC wrote to us, please don't follow it. We wrote to them that it will be a contempt of court
No, so
if we do not follow.
why have we got
on
to such
our
a
own,
situation?
We do not agree with the sports code.
Right, I've heard you, Mr.
Sonia.
Lochan Singh. I just want to go across to the Raninder. I'll come back to you. Let me just go across to the other voices. Let me go across to the athlete, the sportsman on the panel. Baichung Bhutia, you heard this back and forth, and I'm sure you'll hear more as the debate progresses. What to you is the bottom line today?
See, I think they had plenty of time, especially when sports code was implemented 2 years back.
Yes.
They had time to implement in the executive committee meeting and pass on the law, which even IOC today has a tenure of age limit. Even the main body IOC has that limit of age, tenure period, and I don't see IOC not agreeing to what sports code has been what we've implemented in India. It's, I think, completely IOA is completely misguided everybody here. They've not implemented that sports code into their constitution, which they had ample time, 2 years time to do it.
Right.
And if that was done with the IOA and passing it through their body, executive committee body, I think IOC would have no problem at all. So I think it's just because IOA has not done anything about the sports code, and today we are in this mess because of them.
Sohail Seth, you started a hashtag today, I think, throw them out. The fact of the matter really being that we've discussed this earlier. From Team Kalmadi, it's Team Chautala. What's changed? Nothing except the names. All politicians from different parties have come together in an amazing show of unity to make sure they hold on to the federations. Is that the real issue here?
Look, Sonia, let's not beat around the bush. You know, I have a lot of regard for Lochan Singh, but let's get the facts correct. We have had self-serving, selfish politicians who've been running these sports federations for years. Most of them are corrupt. If they are not corrupt, they are old enough to be, kind of put to pasture, but they want to hold on. Why they want to hold on, God alone knows. At the cost of athletes, at the cost of national reputation, these people continue to wrest glory for no bloody rhyme or reason. My whole hashtag business of throw them out is, there is only one way to clean up the system. Get rid of every goddamn politician, whether he's 60 or 80. Clean up your bloody act. And if the IOC has disbarred us, it's a lesson for us, for a country of our size. Who suffers the most? The athletes and Brand India's reputation. Do you think any mud will fling or will rest on VK Malhotra? No. These people have become shameless to the power of infinity.
In fact,
to blame the Delhi High Court and to now say that the courts have instructed us is even more abysmal. Because if there's anything that's sensible in this country till now, it is our judiciary. Why did these jokers not go up to the Supreme Court then? Why did they not ask for the intervention of the Supreme Court? So it's very easy for us now to blame everyone but ourselves for the predicament we are in. The tragedy is as follows. No coercive action is ever taken against these people.